If you're a man over 50 and you're not actively building muscle right now, you're losing the most important organ in your body. Most doctors won't tell you this. Most fitness influencers don't understand it. But the science is undeniable, and it will change how you train, eat, and think about your body for the rest of your life. For your entire life, you've been told muscle is just for looks. Muscle is for the gym. Muscle is for guys who want to take their shirt off at the beach. That's all wrong. Muscle is not decoration. Muscle is an organ. And after 50, it is arguably the most important organ in your body. I'm 58, 5'10", 173 pounds, and I stay between 12 and 15% body fat year-round. Stay with me. By the end of this video, you'll never look at your body the same way again. There's a movement happening right now in longevity science called muscle-centric medicine. Doctors are starting to recognize that almost every chronic disease men over 50 fear, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, dementia, falls, cancer recovery, every single one is influenced by how much muscle you have, not how much fat, not your cholesterol number, not your blood pressure, your muscle mass. Here's the part that blew my mind when I learned it. Muscle is what we call an endocrine organ. That means it secretes signaling molecules into your bloodstream that affect every other system in your body. Just like your thyroid does, just like your pancreas does, your muscle is doing the same thing, communicating with the rest of your body, regulating inflammation, controlling blood sugar, signaling to your brain. When you have a lot of muscle, those signals are healthy. When you don't, they turn against you. Inflammation goes up. Blood sugar control gets worse. Your immune system weakens. Your brain function declines, all from one missing organ. Let me give you the 4 big jobs your muscle is doing right now. Job 1, muscle is your blood sugar sponge. Every time you eat carbs, your blood sugar rises. Where does that sugar go? Into your muscle. Muscle pulls glucose out of your bloodstream and stores it as glycogen. The more muscle, the bigger the storage tank. Less muscle, smaller tank, more sugar floating in your blood, which is exactly what causes type 2 diabetes. 2/3 of men diagnosed with type 2 diabetes don't have a sugar problem. They have a muscle problem. They lost the storage tank. Job number 2, muscle protects your brain. When your muscles contract during exercise, they release proteins called myokines. Myokines travel to your brain and stimulate the growth of new neurons. They reduce inflammation in the brain. They've been linked to lower rates of Alzheimer's and dementia. Now, read that again. Your muscle is producing chemicals that protect your brain from dementia. No other pill can do that. Only muscle that's being used. Job 3, muscle is your fall insurance. For men over 65, falling is a top cause of death. Not heart attacks, not cancer, falls. The men who survive falls almost always do it because they had enough leg strength and reflex strength to catch themselves before they hit the ground. That's not luck, that's muscle. That's the squat you did at 58, saving your life at 78. Job 4, muscle is your cancer survival predictor. If you ever, God forbid, get a serious diagnosis, the single biggest predictor of whether you'll survive treatment isn't your age. It isn't even the cancer stage in many cases. It's how much muscle you have. Muscle is what your body burns through during chemotherapy and surgery. The more you have going in, the more you have to give. There's a phrase researchers use for this now that I love. Metabolic armor. That's what muscle is. The armor your body wears against every chronic disease that takes men down in their 60s, 70s, and 80s. And every year you don't train, that armor gets thinner. Here's the brutal math. Starting around age 30, you lose about 1% of your muscle mass every year if you do nothing. By 60, that's 30% gone. By 70, closer to 40. Now, by 80, you might have half the muscle you had when you were 30. Half. Half of your metabolic armor is just gone. Half of your blood sugar sponge, gone. Half of your fall insurance, gone. Half of your brain protection, gone. And most men don't notice it happening because the loss is just really super gradual. They just feel slower. They feel stiffer. They're more tired. And they blame it on age. Well, it's not age. It's lost muscle. Here's the part most men over 50 don't want to believe, but it's true. You can rebuild muscle at 50. You can do it at 60. You can do it at 70. Studies have shown men in their 80s and 90s gaining significant muscle mass when they start resistance training. There is no expiration date on this, okay? Your body is always listening for the signal, and the signal is resistance training. Cardio, although is great, it doesn't build muscle. Walking doesn't build muscle. Yoga doesn't build muscle. Only resistance training tells your body to add muscle tissue. That means lifting weights or doing body weight exercises hard enough that your muscles fail. Push-ups, squats, pull-ups, lunges, deadlifts, rows. 3 sessions a week, 45 minutes each, it's plenty. That's the whole prescription. The other part is protein. Real protein at every meal. I'm talking about eggs, fish, lean meat, Greek yogurt, sardines, whole, non-processed sources. Your body needs the raw materials to rebuild what you're tearing down in the gym. And one supplement worth mentioning, creatine monohydrate. And I will talk about this almost on every video because it works. This is the most researched supplement in sports nutrition. And the data on creatine for men over 50 is especially strong. It supports muscle quality, energy production, and even cognition. If you want to try the one that I use, the link is down below with a 10% discount code. Go check it out. Now, let me leave you with what we were really talking about here. 2 men, both are 78 years old, same height, same general health history. Man number 1 spent his 50s, 60s, and 70s lifting weights 3 days a week and eating real food. He has the muscle mass of a 55-year-old. He carries his own groceries. He plays with his grandkids on the floor. He gets out of a chair without using his hands. If he gets sick, his body has the reserves to fight. If he falls, he catches himself. Man number 2 skipped the lifting. He told himself, I'm just too old. He told himself walking was enough. He's now 40% weaker than the first man. He uses the railing to climb stairs. He needs help getting up from a low chair. If he falls, he breaks something. If he gets sick, his body has nothing to give. Same age, same starting point. 2 completely different last decades of life. That's what we're talking about here. That's what muscle is. That's why you train. So look, you don't have to be a bodybuilder. No, you don't have to spend hours in the gym. You just have to keep telling your body, I still need this muscle. 3 days a week, real food, 45-minute sessions. That's enough to rebuild your metabolic armor for the next 30 years. If this video shifted the way you think about your body, share it with another man over 50 who needs to hear this. Most men our age are still treating muscle like vanity. Well, it's not vanity, it's medicine. And it might be the most important medicine you ever take. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel. Every Monday, I put out a new video for men over 50 who want straight answers. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourself.